You don't know what AI is. I'm not trying to insult you. Hear me out. I will prove it to you. Before I say anything else, I want you to pause this video and say it out loud. What is AI? And without googling or searching, just think about it. Done? Whatever you said, I'm willing to bet it was one of these three things. Either it was a movie reference, or it was a product name, or third, it was something so vague even you couldn't explain it properly. And that's not your fault. Nobody taught it to you properly. Not in school, not in news, and even those who sell this product didn't tell you properly. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. Not in a boring textbook research kind of a way, in a way where you say, I get it, that kind. Give me 12 minutes and I will explain to you in a simple manner you will understand it. Because once you understand it, you'll stop getting freaked out about unnecessary things and you'll start asking smarter questions. And honestly, it's kind of mind blowing how it works. So let's go. Whenever I ask people what is AI, I get the same answers every single time. The first one is AI is ChatGPT, and the second one is it's a machine that knows how to think like human. Okay, so no, AI is not ChatGPT. It's like saying Google is the internet. Think about it. Google uses the internet. ChatGPT uses AI. They're not the same thing. They're not even close. And the second one, I blame it on the movies completely. Jarvis, then C3PO, R2D2, then you have your Terminator. We've grown up watching these movies and I get it why it got stuck. But almost none of the AI you work with or you use works like that. Your Gmail smart replies are not thinking. Your Google Maps, it doesn't even know that it exists. These are all pattern recognition systems, incredibly powerful pattern recognition systems, but they're not conscious. They're not thinking and definitely not plotting against you. It's not a new technology that's suddenly arriving. What's new is how insanely powerful it has become and how cheap it has become and how fast it keeps on improving. That's what's changed. Not the concept, the capability. So if AI isn't a conscious robot or it's not ChatGPT, what is it? Okay, now pay attention. This is very interesting. It is a system that learns patterns from data and then uses those patterns to make predictions without anybody programming it. I know that definition sounds a bit abstract, but that's the easiest one I could come up with. Let me actually show you what I mean. Let's make it even simpler. Take the simplest fact possible. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Now imagine AI has no idea, zero knowledge, completely blank. In the very beginning, before any training, AI assigns completely random probabilities to every possible answer. 4 equals 0.3, 7 equals 0.3, cat equals 0.3. The cat has the same probability as 4. Everything is equally likely. The model knows absolutely nothing. And then the training begins. The model guesses 7, wrong, penalty. The connection that led to 7 gets weakened. It guesses again, a cat, wrong, even a bigger penalty. The cat gets pushed further. Guesses 4, correct, a small reward. The connection that led to 4 gets strengthened. Do this hundreds of billions of times. Every wrong answer gets weakened and every right answer gets strengthened, and eventually 4 becomes so dominant that cat becomes essentially impossible. Nobody gave it those probabilities. They emerged on their own from billions of corrections through randomness. Now here's the important question. Who tells it that the 4 is correct? There are two sources for that. For facts and language, the internet tells it. Humans have written it down already. That is used to train the models. All you have to do is hide the last word and let the model guess it. And we know what the answer is already. The correct answer was already there. And for behavior and safety, there are humans who tell it. People who are actually rating those outputs, flagging the wrong ones, and correcting mistakes. This is called reinforcement training from human feedback. Both happening simultaneously billions of times until random numbers start becoming something that looks like intelligence.
Here is the difference between a normal AI model and a thinking model. Let's look at this as a normal thinking model of what it would do. In a normal thinking model, just going to try. It's a trial and error method. So it's going to take a piece, use it, seize it, it's going to try to fit it. Doesn't fit, rotate, try again. Doesn't fit, Try again. Try again. Sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it gets it wrong. Now, we look at the thinking model. In the thinking model, the piece is looked at first. All the sides are inspected. And eventually, a conclusion is drawn. And then, the sides are matched in properly.
That puzzle demonstration is the entire difference between how the AI models used to work and how the thinking model works. In the old model, question goes in, answer comes out, one shot, full confidence. Sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it gets it wrong, but confidence is 100%. In the thinking model, the question goes in, but before answering, it reasons step by step. Each step has its own micro answer. Each micro answer is fed into the next step. It's a feedback loop that comes before the final answer has come out. And your instinct about this was exactly right. You've got it now. Each thinking step has its own answer. The model has to find the answer to that path and then loop back, then find the path to the next answer until the chain is complete. The AI hasn't developed a genuine understanding how the reasoning works, but it has found out that reasoning leads to fewer penalties. Same mechanism, better results. But still, it's not thinking, not understanding. It's matching cleverly, very cleverly. Apple published a paper in 2025 called The Illusion of Thinking. They said models aren't actually thinking. They're generating a reasoning-shaped text. They gave these models incredibly hard problems, and the harder the problem got, the less it reasoned. I want to show you something. These are not my words. These are words from the people who have actually built this technology. Dan Mossing, a research scientist from OpenAI, says you can never really fully grasp it in human brain. That's an OpenAI research scientist talking about the technology his company has built. Josh Bateman, research scientist at Anthropic, says it's like making a tree grow in a certain shape. You can steer it, but you have no control over the exact path, the branches, and the leaves you'll take. That's an Anthropic research scientist saying that they don't fully understand how it works. MIT Technology Review in January 2026 says we now coexist with machines so vast and so complicated that nobody quite understands what they are or how they work and what they really can do. Not even the people who helped them build it.
We have a very good idea of sort of roughly what it's doing, but as soon as it gets really complicated, we don't actually know what's going on any more than we know what's going on in your brain.
What do you mean we don't know exactly how it works? It was designed by people.
No, it wasn't. What we did was we designed the learning algorithm. That's a bit like designing the principle of evolution. But when this learning algorithm then interacts with data, it produces complicated neural networks that are good at doing things, but we don't really understand exactly how they do those things.
That's Geoffrey Hinton. He won a Nobel Prize for inventing the core technology. All these are not outsiders. They are not critics. They're not people who don't understand the technology. They're the people who have actually built it and won Nobel Prizes for that.
But here's what both models have in common. Neither of the model knows how the picture should look like. They are just trying to match the pieces together. That's it. They don't understand the picture. They're just very good at matching the pieces.
The AI has no intelligence of its own. It started as random numbers, shaped entirely by human data, by human knowledge, by human language, human reasoning, human bias, human misinformation, and human mistakes. All of it went truly in. We don't know what fully came out. When AI gets something right, the humans have got it right first and they've written it down. When AI gets something wrong, we have got it wrong first and we have written it down. When AI is biased, we have been biased about something and we have written it down. When it hallucinates, somebody confidently wrote something wrong and the model just has learned that pattern. We haven't built artificial intelligence. We have built an artificial reflection
of our own intelligence, and we are using it to make real decisions about real people's lives without fully understanding what parts of ourselves went in. So now, when next time somebody asks you a question that they know AI, you can ask them, but do you understand it? Because there is a difference between knowing a product and understanding what's beneath it. I hope I was able to make AI working a little bit easier to understand. I'll see. One more thing. I was actually also going to cover the strawberry problem, where AIs for a long time could not recognize how many the letter R's are there in the word strawberry. But it's such a wonderful problem, and how they've solved it. Actually did not solve, did a workaround. But it's a very interesting topic. If you want me to cover that, let me know down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.